Hey, welcome to the second super secret episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Today's my birthday, so I'm going to break out a really special beer. This is the 2012 edition of the Firestone-Walker Parabola. This is the third year that they've made it. Pretty big beer, 12.5 ABV. Was it 82 IBUs? British ale yeast, 167 SRM, that's the color. Very comparable to Founders KBS, it's barrel aged. So it looks pretty much the same as KBS. It did have a bigger head when I first poured it. You'll see the picture on Facebook, I'm sure. It smelled very similar to KBS, like I could smell it as soon as I popped the cap. I get more coffee in here and like black licorice. A little bit of a dark cherry in there. No sour grape, kind of like the KBS had, but I'm sure that's kind of like an alcohol smell. So here we go with the 2012 Firestone-Walker Parabola. We can get this now. Cheers. Wow. It's actually more robust all around than KBS. I also get like significant alcohol as far as like actually tasting it and heat in the palate. It's noticeably thicker than KBS, but it's like also much sweeter. Has this like taste like if you could boil down black licorice into a syrup. That's kind of how this tastes. I mean, I know they age this in a variety of barrels, and I'm not really going to look it up right now, but yeah, so you are getting like that kind of charred barrel flavor on here. You're getting some kind of like a whiskey or rum or bourbon, something like that on here. Not particularly smoky. It seems sweeter than the KBS. I believe the KBS is actually brewed with coffee. I don't think that this one is. It just kind of happens to have a coffee kind of flavor. I mean, a lot of big stouts do. I really noticed the bitterness in this one more than the KBS. Like this is, a quite dry bitterness. Maybe like a touch of pine in there, or like more like floral hops. But I mean, a beer like this, you don't drink for the hops. It's more like a sweet malty bomb. Right as it starts to transition on the second half. You get all this heat, and significant alcohol. It's like this, like cherry, definite black cherry kind of flavor. Like if you had, I guess if you had like a black cherry flavored vodka or something. I don't know. This one definitely coats the whole mouth. Really pulls some more bitterness. Some kind of wood, vanilla kind of character around the end there. Really interesting combination of, lots of bitterness, lots of sweetness. The alcohol kind of gives it a significant energy for sure. And it surprised me because, it's a shame I didn't, do a video of when I poured it. But actually, maybe I can show you this. But I mean, not only did it pour with a big head, but I thought you could hear it fizzing like a soda, but it actually, you could see tons of fine carbonation bubbles up the side. To me, that's really impressive. Like, Goose Island Bourbon County Stout that just pours like spent motor oil, like no head, no carbonation or anything. KBS and the Parabola both have actual real carbonation and heads to them, and it's actually sticking around. You get a lot of bittersweet chocolate on here. It's like that thick, almost like Belgian candy kind of chocolate, like Southern Tier chocolate. Um, Combine that with like kind of black cherry. No sourness on this one. The KBS has a little bit of sour grape, which is fine. This one is lacking, a significant coffee component to it. Like, KBS is brewed with coffee, so it had like kind of like a coffee aftertaste. You don't get that on this one. I mean, you just get like this like bitter, hoppy aftertaste. Kind of like roasted malt aftertaste. And combine that like with like this confectionery syrupy, like I said, like a black licorice syrup kind of taste and sensation. Very smooth though, very very easy to go down. Yeah, so I mean it's kind of a toss up. I mean the KBS is fresh in my mind. As to which ones of the two that I like better. I mean, since I'm drinking this one now, I kind of like this one better. But I would love to do a side by side. But I just these beers are too rare, too expensive. Too hard to get to do that with. We can actually get Firestone-Walker now, and so they had like my beer store got like one case of this, and they didn't even put it out front. They just put it on their Facebook page, and plus I know the owner, so he sold me 2 bottles, I think for like $15-16 each, and for this beer that's actually a pretty good price. I don't know if anyone on the West Coast is watching this, how much is a bottle of this in California? Because it was like 15 or 16 here in New York, which is, I think that's actually a pretty fair price. But you know what, I mean, when Jay and I drank this last Thanksgiving, Christmas time, it was pretty amazing, blew me away. I think actually at the time I was actually on the verge of between a 9 and a 10. So I mean, like, to me now this is a solid 10. Like last time I think I said it's more like an A, not an A plus. I think I gave it like a 4.8 on rate beer, which is pretty damn high. It's like that's definitely an A plus beer. And I will stick with that for this one. I mean, yeah, this is still a Hall of Fame awesome beer. But I guess one thing I've noticed between last night and tonight is just that I think really a beer can really only blow you away once. I mean, there's like maybe a couple beer, like even like I can get Southern Tier Pumpkin every year, Southern Tier Chocolate every year. Like the first few swigs of that first beer of the year are absolutely mind blowing. Like, oh my god, it's just as good as last year. And then when you start to get into it like this, you just kind of like, okay, yeah, it's a great beer, but it's not. It's always like those first 3 swigs that are fantastic. So I don't really think it's possible for the same beer, no matter how good it is or whatever, to actually like blow me away from the first sip to the last drop. So I mean, if there is, I just haven't really found it yet. But that's not to say this beer is bad or anything. It's not. I mean, it's excellent. Excellent. Actually, it's better than excellent. It's outstanding. It's definitely a Hall of Fame beer. Definite 10 out of 10. Definite, A plus beer. I have a bottle of their 15 downstairs. I'll bring that out for in October or something like that. But no review of that. Well, maybe. But anyways, I'm going on very long again. I thought I was going to make this like a 4-minute video. So thanks for watching this episode of Chad's super secret beer reviews. Be sure to check out the blog, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. I'll see you later. Cheers. Bye.